Hi, everybody. Josephine Ghiringhelli, psychic medium. Today is October 14th, Wednesday, and I will be talking about your soul's purpose. When we look at the soul, anytime you see on any materials that you read or anywhere that anyone, teacher, metaphysician, if you go to a lecture or you watch a video on the soul, they will not have, because no one knows what the soul looks like. And the reason for that is because the soul is pure energy. It is pure energy. So oftentimes you'll see many, many beautiful pictures of the soul's energy that is very ethereal. You may see different orbs, which is always so beautiful, a culmination of orbs, because that's what it is. We are all collective energy as well, and we all do interconnect as we're doing tonight. We just, everywhere, universally around the world, everybody does connect. You know, I'm going to put the first picture because I will tell you one of the ways in which I actually got started was through this wonderful, incredible human being who is just, unbelievable. No words for him. Of course, he has passed a while back, but as far as I'm concerned, this man was just, an amazing human being. And his book is the book that I would recommend the most. It is very powerful, and it is Discovering Your Soul's Purpose, and it is Edgar Casey. And he is just someone that is so inspirational to me, always has been since I'm a teenager and into my 20s years, which I really got very heavily into the soul's purpose and the path that guided me and will guide you. And so I want to leave this up for a couple of moments. I want you to, if you take some snapshots or just write it down, very important. It is a phenomenal read. I have all his other books as well, but I think this is very important. And so because the soul is a collective energy, we are a collective energy, and the soul is pure energy. Your soul's purpose is actually what it is that drives you, what lights you up. I like to use the word light because we're all light beings and we're light workers, and that's certainly what we're doing now. And what lights you up and what makes you feel whole, what makes you feel like you're doing it is meant for you to do on earth. And so oftentimes you will hear people say, I don't, and I have plenty of clients that when they come in that, Josephine, I don't know what my soul's purpose is. Like, why am I here? And it's really important for all of you to know that it's really you tapping in to that sacred place deep within, that you are asking, what is it that makes me feel good? What makes me feel alive? What helps me feel on track? And oftentimes when I do readings and when the loved ones are coming in, they will say, and oftentimes, of course, moms always want to know about their children, and whatever their loved one or whatever loved one comes in, they will always say to them, well, I'm putting your daughter, I'm, or I'm putting your son back on track. And it is all about that. It is all about following what your soul's desire is, what your soul's path is, what activates you, what energizes you. These are all words, all adjectives for you to really think about, because it is really through self-examination that you find out what it is, why you're here, what your purpose is. And Janice is asking, does everyone have a soul? Every human being has a soul. It is my um, everyone does have a soul. So, I'm going to leave it at that. It's just that it's whether the soul has been incarnated, whether it is an old soul, whether it is a new soul. And we kind of know that the way in which when we meet people, you can feel if someone is an old soul, right? You can definitely feel that right away. Everyone here is an old soul. Everyone on here is open and is an old. Thank you, Mary. Yes. Oftentimes I never like to disturb when I'm doing a class, but I am going to take a sip of water. So, all these things, what makes you feel good? What makes you feel alive? What puts you back on track? I'm looking at your comments. What energizes you? What recharges your spirit? Because that's a key to you living out what your soul's desire, what your soul's path is. So also, like, what evokes from you a sense of joy, a sense of the spirit wonder within you? These are all such important questions. What do you do that you actually lose track of when you're doing it? And, while you're doing it. And all of these things, by the way, all of these things are trigger points in order to tap into what your soul's purpose is. And if you feel that you cannot get there, I'm going to take this book down. So I'm sure everybody has seen it. Now I want to go to a wonderful other picture that yes. Okay. So we are all energy from the same source. Now, when you want to find out, let's say, why am I here? All those trigger questions that I just asked you. If you cannot, or you feel like, I don't know, and I can't tell you how many people come in and say, I just don't. I just had a client actually last evening, a lovely, lovely woman. And she came in and she was just such an old soul. I mean, she was really an amazing woman. And she had really been through a lot. And she had a lot of highs, a lot of lows. And she feels like she's really put in her time. And she just felt like she was right on the threshold of where she's supposed to be in this lifetime. And she knew that there were certain activities that she did that put her back on track. And when we all go, we're on track. One day everything is fabulous. The next day, maybe we're at a low. Next day, we're at a high. You know what? That's life. So there isn't anybody that's out there that is consistently always on a high. Always, you know, everything is not always perfect. That's just not life. So, it's called the roller coaster of life. So if you and when you tap in, of course, we've talked about meditation, going within. I think 2 or 3 weeks down the road, I will be talking about creative visualization. But for right now, we talked about your your spirit guides. We've talked about how to meditate and go within. And oftentimes, when you're doing that activity that brings you to a different place, you will get back in alignment with yourself, body, mind, and spirit, and especially within your thoughts. As I share with many of my clients, when you feel like you're obsessing, and when you're obsessing, of course, your body is out of alignment. And every single one of you that is watching, you know what I mean. When you obsess, your thought pattern is totally erratic, and you're really unable to center yourself and tap into your spiritual self. So, one of the tools in which I use, and I use it myself, is cancel, cancel. If you say out loud, if you're obsessing, cancel, cancel, that will actually stop that thought from continuing. So I thought this was really nice. Let me read this. Our soul is the sacred essence within us, our deepest purpose, our unique meaning, the guiding force behind our individual lives. So, you want to find what is your guiding force. You have to decide that. It can only come from within you, by the way. So, the self-examination of body, mind, and spirit, and going into a meditative state, you could use the crystals, you can use the incense, um, the candle, light the candle, always, I say use white only because it incorporates all the colors of the chakra. And we just did the chakra a couple of weeks ago, which is you really tapping into. Sometimes there is absolutely that blockage, and it does help for you to know when there is. Next week is going to be Reiki. We're going to talk about that much more. Let me just put up some of these pictures. I don't want to forget them. In the past I have, and it takes me a while to find really good specific pictures to what I'm teaching. Our souls do not speak human language, of course. They communicate to us through symbols, metaphors, visions, poetry, deep feelings, and everyday magic, because every single day miracles are happening. Every single day. And, it is really that faith of us opening up and truly believing that. And, all of us here, every single one of us have lost loved ones, and they send us signs every single day, which helps. 100% that helps. Let me see. Okay, and so if you do affirmations, if you do your daily affirmations, that will help you to go within as well, to find out who you are, why you're here, what your soul's purpose is, and believe, and just know that we actually grow into what our soul's purpose is. Some people, I don't remember the little boy's name, but he used to be on Oprah all the time, and he was, from the moment he was born, he was just such like a little old man. He was the cutest little boy, and he would give words of wisdom that people would actually come to him and ask him. And I think he passed. I think he was 11 or 12 years old. So sometimes people, are born a very old soul, and the older the soul, the harder the life lesson. A lot of people don't know that. They think the opposite. It doesn't get easier. The older the soul, the harder the life lesson. And that does let you know that you're sort of in at the end of your incarnations, which is what we all want, right? Um, Let me see. I have two more pictures. Okay, change your energy, change your life. Once again, if you allow yourself to get out of your own head when you're obsessing, or you feel negativity, or you feel that you're bombarded, there are people who come in and say to me, Josephine, I think I have a dark cloud. Is there a negative energy by me? And the fact of the matter is, you never want to give energy to anything or anyone who is negative. If we even look at that in a logical way, if you have a friend, a family member, a coworker, someone who you don't have a choice but to be around, and you feel they're very negative, surround them with the white light. Allow them to leave your essence, your auric field, so that you can move forward with your soul's purpose of who you are and what you're meant to do, and to move forward in that pathway and in that journey. One of the last pictures that I have is, I just thought this was absolutely beautiful. Gratitude is the vitamin for the soul. So yes, we are taking vitamins, certainly. Make sure you're taking your D's and your zinc and your C, because of, everything that's going on out there, to have your immune system be raised. But gratitude, be thankful every single day. Your soul, you want to have your soul dance with joy. And the first thing I do when I get up, I put my 2 feet on the floor and I say, what am I thankful for today? And it's always the same thing. The first initial thing that I say is that I'm breathing, and that I'm alive, and that I'm in a home, and I have warmth, and I have food, and I have comfort, and I have my wonderful, family, my son, who is my pride and joy, my son here, Michael, and my son, James, in heaven. And so you always want to be thankful And always see the positive in anything. Otherwise, that's going to bring your energy down, your vibrational energy down. And we always want to keep that up. So those are the pictures. Let me just go back because I have to maneuver this. Let me go back and see. Okay, so yes, everyone has a soul. My feeling is that this is what I wanted to say before with animals. You know, animals have little spirits about them, that's for sure. So they're a young spirit or an old spirit. We're a young soul or an old soul. Um, okay, so Erica is asking if you feel off or that you are not on the right path for a long time, is that your soul telling you to kind of change course somehow? Your soul will always tell you. Your soul will always tell you if you are not on the right path. Your your guardian angels, your spirit guides, your the essence of your soul, that pure energy is going to intervene. No doubt about it. It is going to intervene, and it's going to put you, sometimes it kind of lets us land on our butts. That's just the bottom line. And it is your soul's way of saying, you know what, you better pay attention because you're really off course and you have to get back on your path. So yes, that is very definitely the soul's way of letting you know. Okay, so this is Wendy. I definitely think I have so much going on around me with kids and family that I'm not able to recognize those signs and quiet my mind. There is always a time that you can quiet your mind, always. So you say you have a lot going around, your kids, your family. So pick the times. We all have to take a bath or a shower. We all have to do that. Now I'm talking even if you have fragments of moments. I'm not saying that you have to do this for exorbitant lengths of time, because everyone is extremely busy. But you have to pick those times. You have to choose the times that you are able to center yourself, take your deep breaths in. Remember, through the top of the crown chakra into the solar plexus, out through the mouth. And even as I'm doing that, right at this very moment, I can feel all the stress leaving at this moment. Remember, we all go in and out of stress because life is busy. But you can very quickly center yourself, and that is the way in which to do it. So if when you're taking a shower, there's passive meditation, active meditation, which we went through. You look on YouTube and you could see, all of those. You could see those classes as well. Very, very valuable information that you could reflect on. Yes, and Mary knows who I'm talking about. He was wise beyond his years, incredibly so. He was amazing. So Erica remembers that as well. He was just the cutest little boy who every word that came out of his mouth, you could feel his energy. You could breathe in his energy reaching into yours. And it just made you see life in a different way, in a beautiful way, through his eyes, through his eyes. Light workers have the ability to do that. And okay, so Deidre is saying purple flame. Yes. Um, okay, and so I will tell you, so because the color purple, of course, is the beautiful, psychic energy. It's that purple flame. And also when you're doing your meditations, whether you choose to light a candle or not, but if you let that run, all the energy, and I don't know, because I actually just did a creative visualization with one of my clients that's always on here. And it is exactly that, breathing in the white light, breathing in the violet flame, and letting it come out through the fingertips and through the toes. And you can feel and see all of the nervous energy, all of the stress leaving your body. It is all interconnected. So, Rosemary is asking if your soul is also connected to the gut instinct. Yes, it is all actually connected, all of the energy. And that is a part of our, we have the low self spirit, middle self spirit, and high self spirit. And I call that the Trinity. So yes, it is all interconnected, and the gut instinct is always telling us the right thing to do. And that comes right from the essence of our soul, and we should listen to that. Your first gut instinct is always the right solution. It's always the initial. Because how many of you have said, I knew that. I knew I should have listened. I knew I should have listened, and I didn't. And that's okay. Listen, you learn, you grow. Um, okay, so how can we connect to the spirit guide? How do I know I'm on the right path of my journey? You know what? When you're not on the right path, you just feel out of sync within yourself. You just don't feel right. And so the way in which you connect now, the spirit guides, remember, guardian angels are those that we have known in this lifetime that have passed, and they are with us now. Whether it's your mother, your father, your sisters, your brothers, your grandparents, God forbid, your children. Um, and the way in which you connect to your spirit guides, which are those from past lives, is by meditating and going into a sacred space within yourself in a quiet, wherever that may be, wherever it may be. Just never, please don't ever do it. I had a student that said to me, oh, you'd be so proud of me, Josephine. Oh, I practice so much. I'm meditating while I'm driving. No, 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 no. Never meditate while you're driving. It was very sweet of him to think that I would, be happy for him with that. Well, I wasn't. So never, 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 ever meditate while you're driving. You never want to go into that space. You have to be totally alert and aware when you're driving. So you want to go to your sacred space that's in a quiet place. And if you always have people in the house and you kind of drop at the end of the day, then as I said before, when you're taking a shower, you close your eyes, and you're breathing in that white light in through the top of the head and throughout all of the energy centers, and breathing out through the mouth and letting the stress leave through the fingertips and the toes. It's amazing. It's amazing. And another question. Okay, I'm not sure. I say a transcendental energy that is of no use to me aloud, or I think it is, and then move the energy, leave. Okay, I'm not sure what you mean by that. So, Deirdre, you're going to have to ask that in a different way. Thank you, Mary. I appreciate that. Oh, you're very welcome, Mary. You're very, very welcome. Yeah, she's saying, oh, yay, the shower. I could do that. Absolutely, because it is a forced way. It is a way in which, because believe me, I have had clients that have been in here and they've said to me, I don't even have time. I take the quickest shower in the world. Well, you know what? Calm down, relax. And for that short period of time, and I tell you everything that I say to myself as well, because we all have very busy lives, but that is so important. To nourish your soul is one of the most important things. And I do that every single day because I'm a shower person. So when I go in there, I will close my eyes and I will allow that element of water to wash over me and cleanse me. And we're going to talk more about that technique next week because I'll be talking about Reiki. Hi, Monica. How are you? I think there may be some questions. Please ask your questions now so that I can respond to them. So I'm just going to take this quick moment to let you know, for those of you who just came in, there's a whole bunch of people who just came in. Continue to share this, by the way. I appreciate it. Napper Tandies, I'll be doing my first group. I'm very excited about it. The room holds about 350 people, and they are only taking a fraction in very extremely safe precautions there. That's why I'm saying if you want to give a call to Napper Tandies in Smithtown, you might want to do that. Don't wait for that because there's only a few. I believe only a few tables left. So Yes, and it's so important to, you have, the shower is my place as well. It is absolutely my place to tap in, because that's, for me, that's the beginning of the day, and that's where I want to open up, and I want to allow spirit to fill my soul with a pure energy, a positive energy. And I've shared with all of you, when I'm breathing in, and once again, because that's the element of water and that's cleansing, I will ask, as I take my deep breaths in, Mother, Father, God, I humbly ask of you to embrace me, to fill my soul with the white light, with the violet flame, to clear, to cleanse, to heighten my energy level, and to bring into my life unconditional love, body, mind, and spirit. Any negativity to be cast away from my auric field, to be used to go into the universe, to be used for positive and loving energy. That's a big part of my prayer. So now you have to decide what you want your prayer to be, because it's always going to be very personal, of course, and very specific to who you are. Um, You're making me laugh now. So, someone that's on here, all these comments, by the way, you could read even afterwards, and you all see it now. Just that for me, it's going by so fast, and I want to make sure I answer all the questions. But someone took 4 showers today, so you're really clean. That's for sure. And yes, myself as well. Monica saying the shower is her place to think. It is my place to think as well. Okay, so I appreciate. Thank you. Okay. Okay, how can you help guide someone else to get on their soul's path besides praying for them? It's all free. It's all free will, isn't it? And it is all free will. It is all free will. You can only, when I have my students, when I have my clients that come in, when I have the big groups, because sometimes, as a lot of you who are going to the group on October 29th, you're going to see that the spirit guides, the guardian angels will come, and they will put you upon a path or tap into your energy. And to answer your question, you can only say to a friend, you can only tap into a friend because you love them and because you want to help them, to give them your observation, surround them with the white light, the green light of, love, light, healing. But that's all you could do, because free will means that it will be up to them. It will be up to them of whether or not they are going to choose to stay on a path of negativity or fear, or to say, you know what, I've had enough. I don't want this anymore, which is it's very brave. Not everybody is at that point to do that. And everybody's, time period is different. Okay, so when you're so sad over something and nothing you do helps erase the pain, how do you get past it? Okay, so, and especially now with COVID, a lot of people are locked in, trapped, or, they're not able to get out. You know, big thing in order to get out of, and so someone asked of the dark path, something with your souls. I'll go back to that. I just saw that. You want to get out of your own way. You want to get out of the house. You want to take a walk. You want to go to the park. You want to just uh, take your cell phone with you. Now it's so easy to put on, if you want to put on, a song that makes you happy, anything that makes you smile. Because remember, when you're smiling, you're not sad. When you're smiling, it changes your energy totally. So you want to get out of your own way as best as you can. If you can't get out of the house, then put on music that will shift your energy level from being sad to glad to happy to opening up to spirit, your spirit guides, your guardian angels. And prayer, prayer in your own way. I shared with you just, one of the little prayers, but you certainly can make your own. Okay, and Mary is sharing, I did a reading for her back in 2005, and so much of what you said came to be want Dad to visit me. How do I make that happen? I miss him so much. Well, thank you for sharing that. I always like when people, and continue to share. So even when this is not live, people will watch it. But um, you want to go into a meditative state. You want to have that also be the last thing that you say before you go to bed, to ask your dad to come to visit you, to come into your subconscious mind, into your, because that's where all the dreams come through, is your subconscious mind. And so you want to ask your dad to do that. And I'm glad that my reading for you in 2005 helped you. I'm very glad about that. Um, Yes, and Mary says, which is great, she takes a hot bath every night and soaks and meditates each night. It's her private time for peace. Yes, I'm a shower person, but body, mind, and spirit. And she gives thanks for the day and prays for tomorrow. Excellent, because you know that's centering you. So you're giving thanks, and you're tapping into that. That's your private time. You're entering. You're asking for the peace to enter into your day, but you're also giving thanks for the peace and the love that has already come into your life. And that's beautiful. And she says, that's my prayer too. Let me try to go back. It went so fast. Something about, okay. Oh, hi. Hi, Anna. How are you? Someone asked about dark night of the soul, if you could explain that. So I think maybe two people did ask that. But, there's a part of our soul that we want to always keep the light in, and we want to absolutely keep away um, those, because it has to do with the emotions as well. If you put it on a practical level, it's to actually keep that darkness away and fill it, like with that creative visualization, the light, in order to fill the darkness of the soul into a complete lightness, a complete light energy. Yes, there are lots of Marys tonight. Hi, Debbie. How are you? So glad to see you here. God bless you. My thoughts are with you, Debbie, and Mary, and Ronnie, and I see a number of other moms that we have lost our sons, and our daughters. And so my thoughts and my prayers are with you always, always, always with you. And it's not easy to move forward, but all of us, being that I know you and have connected with all of you that are on here, who have either been to me for a reading, or have met you through a group reading or classes. We belong to a community, a club that no one wants to belong to. But my thoughts and my heart is with you always, by the way. And thanks for being a part of this. That's really nice. Um, okay, so that's all right. Let me read your question. Okay, not sure if this is what Kathleen's saying, not sure if this would have to do with the same kind of topic, but if you have dreams about demons or people turning into demons, even good people, does that have anything to do with some kind of message to you regarding paths, or anything to be concerned about? First of all, my feeling is, I can sense negativity. You know, there are varying levels of good and bad, and I really don't like using the word evil, because that is Hitler is the epitome of evil, but and that is evil. So you want to always surround yourself, always keep yourself safe. You want to always breathe in that white light. Keep your soul's energy safe with goodness. Surround yourself with only good people. Always, always, always send the white light, love, and peace to everyone, whether you like them, whether you don't like them, because we never want to send any kind of negative energy. But if you know people, you're saying to me, if you have dreams about demons, then there is something that is going on within your life that you feel is sort of chasing you, and that you cannot get control over it. So you want to stop, look, and listen, and take a look at your life and see what it is that you're going through, and why you are having such traumatic dreams, because that would certainly be traumatic. Um, Dreams about demons or people you know turning into demons. Yeah, even good people. So I do want to say this because I will be doing dreams in December, you know, part one and part two, but I'm going to say this because you're asking this, and hopefully I'll continue to see you every Wednesday. But you know, it's the people in your dream. I do realize that because I just, you know, looked further at your question and your comment. But everyone that's in the dream, because the stress of the subconscious mind is what comes out through the dream. Okay. And we dream about, oh, depending on how long you sleep, about every hour and a half, 4 to 6, 8 dreams a night. So, and there's journaling and all of that, which I'll discuss down the road. But you want to look and see, because everyone in the dream, if it's not lucid dreaming and not spiritual visitation, and there is a very big difference, believe me, it is just parts of you, parts of things that are happening in your life that you want to really take a good look at and have more control over it so that it doesn't seep into your dreams. Yes, music works very well. It you know, cancel, dreams, walks, exercise. I actually have a client that she doesn't believe in taking any, you know, depression medication, even, you know, natural um, vitamins or anything. So she says she exercises every single day, and that's what gets her out of her funk. And that's what keeps her in alignment. And when she feels something coming on, she'll just take a quick walk, or she'll do push ups and all of that. And obviously, she's in really good shape. So that's what she does to help align her. And that's wonderful. You just have to find what it is that you will get alignment with, and then follow that. And that's how you follow what your soul's path is. You have to listen. We learn through experience. We have to fall in order to pick ourselves up and move forward. We have to do that. You know, and for people, you know, and there are people who are enablers, you know, and you know, you want to allow the person that you're trying to save to fall. I mean, that's the way we all grow. You know, it has to be, as hard as it is, of course. Okay. Erica say, I used to live in Michigan over 20 years ago, where I was working for about 2 years in my dream job. Then I got into an accident and flipped a car at work. So I took that as a sign. So I decided to come back to New York and switch careers. While I do not regret coming home, I wish I would have given it up. Now I feel like I have not reached my full potential. You know what it is that you did, by the way, Erica? It took a lot of bravery to leave and then to come back to New York. And I'm glad you said no regrets, because you never want to live with regrets. Never live with regrets. And if there is something or someone who is agitating you, or you have a dislike for them, or there's difficulty, you want to forgive. You definitely want to forgive, because you're forgiving for yourself. That's important. I want to put this, let me put this book up again, because this is important. I'm going to leave that up for a little bit, because that's the book that I feel, that's one of the main books that I feel is just incredible, by Edgar Casey, Discovering Your Soul's Purpose. Okay, so I have dreams that I know a negative energy, and it's in a room, and I know I do not want to go in there. The dreams have taken place in different homes from my childhood. I can't understand it. And you know what? You want definitely write your dream out. By the way, I'm going to be teaching dreams, so you might want to write that down, and then you can ask me when I actually do the dream class, and I will explain that to you. So write that down very specifically when you write down dreams. And I know a bunch of you are going to be at the dream class 1 and 2. If you have a nightmare, you have a recurring dream, or you have a dream that is really plaguing you, um, as best as you can, be very specific and try to consolidate it, of course. And I will definitely address that. And so if you don't want to go in the room, then you know, you have control. Oh, it seems as if you know that, so you have control over that, and that will help you to know even before you go to sleep that surround yourself with the white light and only positive, and sage the room as well. Yes. And you know, the archangels, they're always there by our side. You want to call out to them, Mother, Father, God, Archangel Michael, Gabriel. You want to call out to all the archangels and whomever it is that you feel comfort and love and surrounding with positive and loving thoughts. And yes, Edgar Casey is just, I can't even say enough about Edgar Casey. He's just one amazing human being who filled our life with such light and love and metaphysical knowledge and passion and healing, body, mind, and spirit. Just an amazing, amazing man who created miracles and healed people beyond, just beyond. A medical intuitive is just even too simple to call him. He was so, you know, so beyond that. Okay, we're coming to a close. I just want to let you know you want to live your life's purpose. You want to listen to your body, mind, and spirit. You want to follow your path. You want to make sure that you don't doubt yourself. Stay tuned because December there's going to be part 1 and 2 of the dreams. Next week is going to be Reiki healing. We're going to talk about the energy centers and how to clear them and cleanse them and all of that. Any tip? I'm going to read this now. Someone's asking any tips on helping to remember them. I remember them, but I know I'm doing work there. I just wish I could remember on helping to remember them. Yeah, you know, if you have equate something to, I think you're talking about your parents, but equate something to your loved ones that has a total recall and a positive loving thought, and that will open up your heart center, which will help you to connect, as well as, of course, your third eye and your crown chakra. Um, okay, Roseanne, I'm not sure what you mean. Wait, what didn't forget me? Roseanne, if you have a question to ask it again, because I'm all the way on the bottom and there's hundreds of questions and comments and everything. Good. I'm glad that you did screenshot this book. Remember, Roseanne, ask your question again. Yes, screenshot it. That you did screenshot it, and absolutely make sure that you follow your soul's journey. That is really important. Yes, he passed a long time ago, but he has shed his light on so many and has changed people's lives, including mine. He's one of the main purposes that I went on this journey. And I hope you have a good night too, Lorraine. Uh, okay, so remember everybody, if you want to go on to josephineg.com, that's my website. Yes, 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 just to answer your questions, because you know a lot of you send me private messages. Please, I will not be able to answer them because there's so many in there. But yes, I am doing private readings in person now. Safety, mask. People are having the mask. They come in. Then when they sit a safe distance from me, they could take their mask off. So yes, I am doing in-home groups in person. They wear their masks. Safety seating on quite a distance. If you go on to this, Josephine Ghiringhelli, this Facebook, you will see some of the groups that I've just started to do just a few weeks ago. And the first group will be Napper Tandies, October 29th. And I really hope, I'm going to take this down so I could see a little bit better. I'm glad that you got that information from that book. Yes, so it's going to be, I'm going to hold it up a little bit longer because some of you said you want to take a snapshot of this. It is Napper Tandies, October 29th. You could go on my Facebook, josephineg.com. So hopefully you're seeing this. I know I laminated it, so I don't know how clear it is. But so anyway, go on josephineg.com on the calendars page. There's a lot of upcoming stuff, which is really, um, really amazing. Really amazing with the the different locations and fundraisers and all of that. So, um, okay, so listen, my heart to your heart, my heart to your heart, all the hearts. You know, I always let you know that I send to you love and healing and safety, and may your spirit guides and may your guardian angels help to guide you on the path of what your soul's path is. And Mary, I do hear you. And yes, I know, I understand that you felt, and he was for all that period in time. Yes, your soul's purpose, but as devastating and heartbreaking and heart shattering that it is, you will find, your guides will show you, your beautiful son and daughter will show you what your soul's purpose is. And we grow into that. So trust that. Trust that. In my heart to your heart, I love all of that. I look so forward. Thank you, Wendy, Mary, Gina, Linda, all of you. Thank you so, so much. Thank you all for being a part of this. And I will see you next week with the Reiki healing. Good night and God bless. Take care. Bye bye.